Bonjour et bienvenue au cours Marketing numérique. Désirez-vous avoir les règlements en français ou en anglais?
En anglais.
Each team has 20 minutes to present the case in front of the jury. Presentation will be timed with a chronometer. Time will be indicated at the following segments to remind the participants of the remaining time to complete presentation. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. In the last 10 seconds, remaining seconds will be announced with both hands like this. If presentation isn't completed after 20 minutes, presentation will be automatically stopped with a verbal announcement in order to move to the question period. A period of 5 minutes is allocated to the jury to ask questions concerning the presentation. After 5 minutes, a verbal announcement will stop the question period even if the question or the answer isn't completed. It is mandatory that at least one question is asked by the jury to complete the question period. Note that if a participant reveals the name or the source of the university, will lead to penalty. In order to start the presentation, please turn off any electric device that could be a nuisance during the presentation. I will now let the jury present themselves.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Olivier Desilets and I'm working for philanthropic development at the Sherbrooke University Foundation.
I am Judith and I'm working in communication in the University of Foundation.
Abdel Wikibrada, marketing professor at the University of Sherbrooke.
Marie-Lynn Jouty, Sherbrooke University Foundation.
Laurent Talon, Director of Digital Media for Raymond.
Donc, il y a plusieurs dons qui se font à chaque jour à travers le monde. Ça peut être différents profils, différents revenus, mais ils ont tous une chose en commun, le désir de changer le monde. À travers les 60 années d'existence, la Fondation de l'Université de Sherbrooke a fait plus de 192 millions de dollars en changement. Et pour un autre 60 ans de changement et d'innovation, nous vous proposons une stratégie numérique adaptée à vos besoins. Voici mes collègues Jean-Martin, Joy et moi-même Charles, et nous vous présentons une fondation solide, avoir le don du numérique. Veuillez noter que la présentation va être bilingue, donc vous pouvez poser vos questions dans la langue de votre choix.
Thank you very much, Charles. So to give you a quick overview of our agenda, obviously we'll go through the mandate that was provided to us, and we'll end it off with some of the financial considerations for our strategy. But more importantly, why are we here? So for the mandate, we've seen from the data that we've provided from the case, a significant decrease from some of the demographic as far as the donation goes. This can have a potential long-term impact on that Fondation's long-term strategy, and we want to make sure that we incorporate that for the new marketing strategy. So in other words, J2C Consulting was brought in to create a marketing strategy that would help La Fondation to acquire and retain the next generation of donors.
Donc, pour ce qui est de l'analyse gap, on vous propose une analyse qui va vous décrire votre situation actuelle et ce qu'on souhaite avec l'implémentation de notre stratégie. Donc, pour débuter, en ce moment, le segment de 25 à 35 ans est difficilement atteignable et très peu rentable. On a un retour sur notre investissement de moins 85 %. Donc, on va chercher à rentabiliser le segment à travers différents médias sociaux et autres stratégies connexes. Pour la suite, en ce moment, on a un processus de don complexe sur votre site web. On a 4 étapes longues qui nécessitent beaucoup d'entrées d'informations. Donc, on va essayer d'utiliser les stratégies disponibles pour proposer des alternatives à la clientèle et éventuellement simplifier le processus de don. Finalement, depuis, notre taux de rebond est très élevé en ce moment. On est à 57,17 % des consommateurs qui quittent le site web après la première page. Donc, on va chercher à adapter nos publicités afin d'avoir du contenu mieux adapté à chaque client qui vient sur le site web afin d'éventuellement mieux répondre à leurs besoins. Et finalement, l'utilisation de Facebook et LinkedIn se fait en ce moment, mais on va chercher à maximiser les différents aspects et possibilités de ces médias sociaux-là afin d'atteindre notre clientèle cible plus efficacement.
Next, given a prior experience working in the nonprofit sector, we do recognize the ability to see some of the analysis and trends going on to all organizations in the industry. So the first main one that we're seeing is the donation amounts. Across the country, donation amounts of aggregate income have been decreasing compared to a decade ago. The median, especially for the ages 15 to 29, actually surrounds about $31 per year. Next, we see consumer behavior. In a study conducted by Deloitte last year showing millennials, we're seeing that they really, really value the causes that they really care about and resonate. They wish to see businesses do so, but also they want to be involved, they want to be engaged. They don't just want to donate money now, but they want to see how they can actually make impacts in their communities. And finally, another key analysis of the industry that we took into consideration is the seamless experience. Another study conducted by Accenture showed that millennials are really, really concerned with seeing information that they're getting online and how that leads to that purchase or that final in-store experience. So in this case, we want to be able to really integrate the content that they're seeing online and driving that to a donation right away, capitalizing on those moments of interest. Given the understanding of our industry better, we really decided that we wanted to re-segment the current target clientele. Given what was presented in the case, we decided to present 3 new donors that we want to really focus based on income and awareness as given by the analysis of the industry. So first, we have New Professional Paul. New Professional Paul has a stable job, recent grad of the University of Sherbrooke. He has very high awareness of the work of the foundation. He was very involved during his time here and maybe received many scholarships. Our implication for this would be really to keep up that momentum and understanding through engagement. Next, we have Busy Billy. Busy Billy, also a new grad of the University of Sherbrooke, has a stable job, has good income, disposable income that he is able to donate. However, he may have less awareness compared to New Professional Paul. This implication means that we need to develop more ways for him to understand and know what the foundation is doing and how he can better support that. Finally, we have Studious Sarah. Studious Sarah likely is pursuing grad school, other interests after her time at the University of Sherbrooke. So she likely has high awareness of the work that is being done by the foundation, but may less have available income at this moment. And so through this, we believe that providing opportunities to engage her before she has that income available will be crucial.
Thank you very much, Joy. So from our analysis, we can clearly see that Professional Paul, for example, represents the future donors of that foundation. And it's really important to have digital vision to reach people like Professional Paul, not only in the short term, but also in the long term within the university. So for our digital vision, obviously focusing on capturing the interest of the next generation of donors, we've came up with 2 key marketing pillars for La Foundation. Starting with simplifying the current donation process on the school's website, and also maximizing the involvement and engagement throughout this process. So starting with simplifying the donation process. So in order to improve that process, we've looked at the current 4-step registration process on the website. And we also seen that there are 4 key categories of your omni-channel initiatives. Starting with the omni-channel advertising, you're also using emails, newsletter to keep up the communication with your current and future donors. You also have offline efforts, such as annual events that are being organized by the school to reach out in the community. And obviously the content that is being distributed on La Fondation's website. We're also using a website from the Valley Hall, which has a huge community on there as well. And obviously this leads to the online donation, where potential donors will have the opportunity to register on jedonenligne.org through a 4-step process. So considering that, we see that the organization's current marketing efforts is very diversified, that are actually using a plethora of digital platforms, which is extremely strong from that standpoint. That being said, we do see a bit of a gap between the awareness phase all the way down to the decision phase. And really the goal for us is to bridge that gap by improving the number of alternatives people have to donate online. So in the future state, that's exactly what we would propose, is in addition to the Je donne en ligne.org, you would like to add the Facebook Donate on the Fondation's Facebook page, as well as using mobile tablets for your currently annual events that are being carried out throughout the year. What does that for la Fondation? Well, essentially you will be maintaining your currently efforts as far as your online digital awareness programs, so there won't be any significant change on that. However, adding Facebook Donate and mobile tablets throughout your events really provide a seamless call to action from both your online initiative but also offline. And this can be a very great way to make, as we said, simplifying the donation process for someone like Professional Paul and Busy Billy, who may want to donate and contribute to La Fondation, however, maybe not has time. So this is a great way to offer different alternatives and really making that donation process, more mobile friendly and more simpler. And that's really the link to the vision. La Fondation should really focus on integrating your digital content and your offline initiative, which can be extremely powerful to acquire new donors. But in order to do that, you must make sure that this process is simpler, mobile friendly, and being available anywhere at any time.
Next, the second pillar that we present is involvement and engagement. But what can these words mean? So how we kind of broke this down is through the pre-donation process and post-donation process, and how can we maximize both of these stages. So in the pre-donation process, we have 3 key initiatives that we want to initiate in order to gain and attract new donors. So first is influencers. So influencers, this is leveraging the use of LinkedIn. That's one of the social medias that hasn't been used as frequently compared to Facebook or Instagram or newsletters. So we think this is a great way to reach new professionals, especially reaching out to current or Sherbrooke donors who are likely alumni, and likely those larger donors who may be in higher influencing positions to see if they are able to make posts through that. This is a great way of reaching connections as well as engaging with the new professionals, seeing their own alumni working in high-end jobs and seeing their care and commitment to the school. Our next initiative would be targeted content and newsletters. Everyone is receiving similar newsletters throughout the year and likely receiving similar content. We want to make sure that former business students are seeing what the business faculty, what the foundation is doing for business faculty, or science students and seeing the new labs that are being invested in. And so really being able to curate this newsletter so that people, based on their degree as well as their interests, get to see the causes that they really care about, as well as through Facebook and seeing their degrees again and their current workplaces, and kind of filtering the initiatives and causes that the foundation is working towards based on those interests. And so this drives awareness and understanding based on the causes that will really resonate with them, as we understood from the industry analysis. And finally, micro moments. This means really capturing the moments where people are looking for places to donate, either through searching the University of Sherbrooke or searching Sherbrooke and anything related to this. They may not necessarily be specifically looking to donate to the foundation, but by taking in this interest through their Google searches, we can redirect them towards the foundation links. And this is really capturing the interest at the time, capturing that moment, and really offering that opportunity to be able to donate through our increased mobile and Facebook access, making it really simple and easy to donate. And so based on our consumer analysis, we believe that these 3 tactics will really be able to resonate with all 3 of the consumers listed. The influencers through LinkedIn will really be able to gauge and attract those professionals and seeing in their circles and through their connections. Targeted content and newsletters will be able to help people who are really already aware and already care a lot about the school to see the content and see the causes that they really care about personally. And finally, the micro moments, kind of really just showing Busy Billy, who may not necessarily be looking to donate right now, but taking those moments where he may be interested in donating, or he may be interested in anything related to Sherbrooke right now, and capitalizing and presenting that opportunity to donate. And so we kind of created a short journey map to see. So ideally our 3 initiatives will attract the various donors, which will lead to the project or cause page on the website, ideally with mobile friendly options as well. and that will lead to either a donation, or if they decide to leave the page, which we will be analyzing further with our KPIs presented later on, we'll be able to retarget this lead through social media and offer that quick and easy way to finish the transaction.
Mais après le don, une fois qu'on a le don d'effectuer selon la stratégie que Joy a mentionnée, on a encore du suivi à faire parce que un de vos points critiques que vous vouliez travailler, c'est la rétention des donateurs. Donc, à la suite du don, on a une page de remerciement, mais on va offrir des options de suivi. Par exemple, cliquez ici si vous voulez des suivis sur votre projet auquel vous avez donné. Vous avez déjà l'option de sélectionner le projet ou l'initiative. Donc, on peut avoir ce suivi-là sur Facebook ou par courriel. Et dans ce cas-là, ça va nous permettre d'avoir justement des mises à jour selon les médias choisis et selon les préférences du client. Donc, c'est une méthode push pour vraiment avoir le client selon ses besoins et selon ses demandes et non selon toute l'information qu'on veut lui pousser. Finalement, on a un engagement organique par la suite pour fidéliser parce que dans le contenu auquel il a adhéré, auquel il s'est inscrit, on va avoir des offres pour donner plus à long terme. Et finalement, justement, on a un retour au site web et le processus recommence pour un deuxième don et les dons par la suite. Donc, on a des indicateurs de performance clés pour vraiment mesurer comment notre stratégie va fonctionner pour votre fondation. Au niveau de l'acquisition, ce qu'on va mesurer, c'est le pourcentage de nouveaux donneurs issus de médias sociaux. Notre stratégie se base vraiment sur l'acquisition et le développement de l'intérêt sur les médias sociaux. Donc, c'est quelque chose qu'on va mesurer à travers notre mise en œuvre. Au niveau de la rétention, comme je l'ai mentionné, on va avoir des médias organiques par la suite qui vont s'occuper de la rétention auquel le donateur va s'être inscrit. Donc, on va mesurer le pourcentage de clics organiques sur le site web à partir justement de ces infolettres ou de ces médias sociaux auxquels il s'est abonné. Pour l'engagement, on va mesurer le pourcentage de likes et d'inscriptions issus de la page post-don. Et finalement, pour la stratégie complète, deux choses qu'on va mesurer et qu'on va vouloir maximiser à travers notre mise en œuvre, ça va être la fréquence des dons et le montant par don. Par la suite, on va pouvoir adapter notre stratégie par rapport à ces mesures.
Great, so now that we've presented you how we see the foundation grow in the digital space, how should the organization implement that strategy? So for our implementation, we've broken down in 3 different phases spread across 12 months. First, we will get inspired, we will donate, and then leave your mark. In the short term, the key things that needs to be done is to engage very early on with the high-profile donors, making sure that we get their buy-in and that we communicate our vision with them so they can, get engaged and get involved with La Fondation throughout the year. You also want to make an internal communication with your employees about the newly implemented donation process, so they are aware they can communicate with potential donors in their everyday, on a day-to-day operations. And ultimately, you want to purchase the 5 mobile tablets that will be used on your offline events throughout the year. Midterm, where you donate will be mostly about execution. So the key point here is to make sure that the organization has bi-weekly brainstorming sessions to make sure that content is being developed, tested, and distributed across the digital platform. And we want to make sure that since it's Facebook donation will be a newly implemented channel for the organization, we want to conduct a 2-month pilot, gather some data on it, areas of improvement before we roll out throughout all of your different projects. The long-term you leave your mark will be mostly about evaluation, looking back 12 months back and see what went wrong, what went well, what were the different campaigns that were more successful than the others, making sure that you break down your performance based on your the different platforms that users are using online, as well as the platforms and the preferences of device and so forth.
And next, for risk mitigation, we've identified a few risks that may incur with the implementation of the strategy. The highest risk being that would be the low return on investment and perhaps conversion rate initially. We believe that this engagement is an important thing to build on long term. Even if there may not be initial results right away, we believe that investing in awareness and transparency and exposure to the foundation will really pay off in the future. For the short term, it would be really focusing on evaluating those KPIs but also gradually implementing all of the initiatives, not on a rolling out basis rather than all at once. We believe that this will be the best way to mitigate the risks as well as make those adjustments as required based on the KPIs established.
Parfait. Donc, toute stratégie a besoin d'un budget bien adapté. Et le budget que vous nous avez offert, c'est de 100 000 $. Au niveau du budget, comme Jean-Martin l'a mentionné dans sa stratégie, l'équipement, les tablettes pour justement avoir ce lien entre le numérique et le physique dans vos événements communautaires, ça va nous coûter 5 000 $. L'amélioration du processus de don, c'est clair que en ce moment et dans les prochaines années, il y a de plus en plus de personnes qui vont faire des recherches et qui vont interagir sur leur téléphone mobile. Ça va être très important d'adapter le site web justement pour s'assurer que l'expérience est facile et simple. Au niveau des publicités de recherche, ces micro-moments-là qu'on va aller chercher, ça va nous coûter 10 000 $ avec des publicités Google. Finalement, les autres médias sociaux vont nous coûter 25 et 10 000 $ pour Facebook et LinkedIn respectivement. Notre création de contenu, la Fondation veut toujours se réinventer avec du nouveau contenu, des nouveaux projets, des nouveaux investissements. Donc, la création de contenu continuel va nous coûter 25 000 $. Finalement, avec un 10 000 $ de contingence, ça nous amène à un 95 000 $ de budget qu'on peut modifier selon la situation de votre fondation d'année en année. Donc, en conclusion, la stratégie qu'on vous propose, c'est une stratégie qui est adaptée à votre situation, au cas unique pour pas une entreprise, mais une fondation à but non lucratif. Donc, en simplifiant l'expérience pour les milléniaux, pour les nouveaux gradués et en proposant une stratégie avant et après le don, va vous permettre de maximiser les indicateurs de performance clés qu'on vous a mentionnés. Donc, au nom de mes collègues et moi-même, nous vous remercions énormément et si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez les poser.
I'll go first. So thanks for the presentation. So I see that you did not include Instagram in the execution. I'm just curious to understand the reason behind that and what's the rationale.
Yeah, so we believe that based on the consumer analysis, we're really targeting towards new professionals rather than the student demographic. We believe that through LinkedIn and Facebook, these are where we're seeing more of the new young professionals being reached, as well as this is where they're more likely to want to make a donation, whereas Instagram may more be so for more so just content, looking through friends' experiences. We believe that this really focusing on this kind of social media can really capitalize based on the consumer analysis.
Dans l'esprit de la simplification du processus de donation en ligne, je donne en ligne.org, c'est une tierce partie.
Ouais.
Comment vous avez intégré ça dans votre...
Dans le fond, en ce moment, c'est une plateforme, une tierce partie justement centralisée. Ce qu'on propose, ce que Jean-Martin a proposé dans sa stratégie, c'est d'offrir des alternatives pour les personnes qui ne vont pas nécessairement vouloir aller à travers tout ce processus-là. Il y en a qui vont le vouloir, il y en a qui vont vouloir rentrer toute leur information, ça nous donne plus de données, c'est positif, mais vraiment ce qu'on veut faire, c'est de pouvoir plaire à tous les segments possibles. Donc avec les dons Facebook, évidemment, on a moins d'informations, mais ça fait un don rapide pour la clientèle qui va simplement avoir cette envie de faire un don, de faire un changement. Et pour les tablettes, encore une fois, pour l'intégration mobile physique, c'est encore un don instantané, plus rapide pour nos nouveaux gradués qui ont peut-être une certaine crainte, un certain pas d'égo, mais qui vont se repousser par rapport à des longs processus de dons.
Mon point, c'est est-ce que en passant par des tierces parties, réseaux sociaux ou autres,
oui,
est-ce qu'on dilue l'image de l'entreprise et la confiance que peut accorder le donateur à la fondation?
Ben, je pense que nos médias sociaux, justement, on en a évité Instagram parce que ça peut être plus friendly, ça peut être plus... Ben, pas nécessairement friendly dans le sens... ça peut être moins réputé, moins professionnel. La Fondation a toujours eu une haute réputation, donc on maintient ça à travers nos réseaux sociaux. Évidemment, les gens, les nouveaux gradués veulent voir où leur argent s'en va. Donc, c'est à ça que les médias sociaux servent et c'est de suivre le processus pour qu'ils se sentent impliqués et que leur don soit plus qu'un simple montant d'argent, mais un changement concret dans leur communauté.
So you mentioned that you were focusing mostly on graduates. So don't you think that another way also to benefit the foundation would be to actually build more awareness toward the existing students?
Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt that it's never too late to start early, if you will. However, our focus was to make sure that Fondation has the key target audience to drive the highest volumes of donations. So the data that was provided indicates that the 25 to 35 represent one of the lowest donation, not only in numbers, but also in average. So by focusing on the platforms that we provided, such as LinkedIn and Facebook, you get not only you get the chance to target the right audience, but you also get the chance to increase your audience by very curating your content. Considering that students, as we said, may not have the income to make substantial donations. However, someone like Professional Fall, who's just recently graduated and got a new job, may be a bit more flexible to spend its time to go on the website and make a $50 donations compared to an 18-year-old who's really focused on paying things like his tuition fees and other financial obligations.
Can you give us more details about the micro moments for young donators?
Yes. So one of the issues that we found was we have those people who are already really engaged and aware of the foundation, but how can we really retarget that interest that may be building to donate? We are seeing more and more people look for ways to make impacts, but often not really knowing how or where or which causes really matter the most to them. So really capitalizing on either searches related to Sherbrooke, either the city itself, either to the university, likely if we're looking at
The question period is now over.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.